Hello YouTube, this is Aman and today I'm back with new video which is how to create Amazon EC2 server with LAMP stack with Amazon Certificate Manager with Elastic Balancer. There's too many, I think. So there's a rare tutorial in YouTube, so that's why I'm making the video. So what I'm gonna do in this tutorial, actually create a certificate for your domain and which will forward to the Elastic Load Balancer, and that will forward to your EC2 server. So let's get started with this. Before we're gonna start, we have to think about many. We have to gather some things, which is a domain and domain name server. So in for the full process, we need a four service in here: EC2 certificate manager, and another is route 53. So let's start in here. So first case, we can use outer tool, which is to check up whether our DNS, sorry, DNS lookup. So you can see that I'm visiting outer tools to DNS lookup. A few minutes ago I changed um, my domain name server to route 53. So first of all, you have to open your route 53 in Amazon AWS, and here you have to create a zone in here. I already hosted a zone because it will take while almost 1 hour or 2 hours. So that's why I hosted before the making the full video tutorial in here. So I hosted the zone in here, which is free UV, so vvnow.xyz. So I created a host as domain record in here. So when you have created the domain record in here, you can see that you can see only two value in here, which is one, this one, and another is this one. So you have to make sure that you have to configure the name server in your um, DNS value in your domain name register. So you can create this one in here. So I upgraded, I reduced the TTLS time to 1 minute instead of 1 day. So I already changed it to in DNS domain DNS in register, which is if I can search it in here, freebnow.xyz. I can see that this already a okay here, and this shouldn't be the part of tutorial because I made it previously. So let's delete it, and I will show you how to do it from very beginning. Okay, so you can see that I already point out my name server to Amazon route 53. So basically you have done the process in here. So we're gonna use now Amazon certificate manager. So certificate manager, and nope, another should be EC2. Okay, you can see that I have created three certificate records in here. You have to create request certificate, and you have to put your domain in here. This case I use my three option in here, which is freebnow.xyz. Another is www.freebnow.xyz. Another could be the wildcard entry for your domain. I mean, you can use any subdomain which will be redirect you, showing you the this sign, the secure sign. So you can use wildcard entry. So wildcard freebnow.xyz. So request review. So I already created, made the issued my domain in here. Sorry, certificate request in here. And when you process the certificate, then it will be um, they will be send you mail to your domain, and you have to approve the request. When you have approved the request, then it will be um, show that Amazon issued. So, and it will be issued, I mean the green sign. So I have already approved the request, so I'm good to go to work with the certificate manager. So we have done the process in here too. So now the main part in is EC2 manager. So first of all, we have to launch in the instance in Amazon EC2. So let's start a launch instance in here. So this case I'm gonna use Amazon Linux. You can use any Ubuntu 16.4, but for the tutorial purpose I'm gonna use Linux, but my favorite choice should be Ubuntu 16.4 LTS. So let's select it, and T2 micro, configure the instance, and add a storage. No, I don't need to look up that. So you can still you have to open the firewall for your instance. So this case I already made the firewall, which is LAMP, and you can see that this ports are HTTP 80, SSH 22, and HTTPS 443, and this is open for all. So if you don't have created earlier, then you have to create it now. So then I'll press review and launch, and everything seems okay in here. Then press launch. I have the key asking for, so I'm gonna launch this, and let's back to EC2 again. And we have to manage many things in here, which is you can see that I have already one in here. It should be, let's give a name to our instance. It's BED in the extension. So we're gonna create an Idealistic IP address for this one. So new IP address is allocated. Now we have to associate this IP address with new instance and the private IP. So it's allocated the new IP address, which is BD. This is this one. So we can ignore the another one. So okay, we created the IP address. We allocated the IP address. Now we followed how to create the LAMP stack in Linux AIM Windows. Sorry, AWS AIM instance. So we can search it in here. That for beginners, we're gonna follow a tutorial from Amazon provided. So let's search how to install LAMP on AWS Linux. There is a tutorial available in here, which is this one, and you can see that the comments in here. So we will follow that comments, and in the meantime, we're gonna use POTI. If you have um, Ubuntu, then you can use terminal and use SSH command. And as we are running on Windows, so we're gonna use POTI in here. So this is our Elastic IP address, and domain is still initializing. Okay, I think it should be done. And SSH, we have to allocate our key. So let's open, press yes. So the for the Amazon EC2 Linux instance, they have the different username that you always used to press username as Ubuntu, but this case the username should be EC2 user, EC2-user, EC2-user. You can see that I got the access of the VPS, sorry, instance. So now we have to enter the super user sudo su. So now we can follow the instruction in here. I'm gonna just install only LAMP stack. and I'm not gonna follow all of this tutorial. I just need to show how to properly you can use the Amazon S certificate manager in your EC2. So it seems everything is okay. So if everything, you can see that LAMP is set up already. So now we can check with our um, IP address in our address bar. Then we can see that there is page Amazon AIM test page. So this page means that your server has set up Apache, and which is ready to create any web page, web server in here. So let's change the page. We have to change the page before we can move on the Elastic Load Balancer. So we have to upload our file in here like index.html. So this case we're gonna use command as nano var slash www slash html. Oh, sorry, this is wrong. I'm in the wrong section. HTML. It should be HTML. No, no, no. Go and enter var www html. So we have entered the directory, and now you can see ls. There is no file in here. So we have to create a index.html file before we move on the next step. So let's create a nano index.html, and here in the value you can use and type any comment. So let's write in here hello server test. So control X, Y, press Y. So we can refresh the page in here. We can see that hello server test. So we are ready to set up our ELV, Elastic Load Balancer with Certificate Manager in Amazon. So let's go on. We select Load Balancer, and okay. So create load balancer, press create load balancer. There is two options in here. We'll select classic load balancer because we only need HTTP and HTTPS, and we don't need more complexity. So this case we'll select a classic load balancer and press continue. You have to place a name for your load balancer, and the most important part in here is use only lowercase letter in here. So I'm repeating again, use only lowercase letter in here. If you use uppercase letter in here, you might can't access the server. So I'm gonna use free b now LAMP. So let's make it short, free now, and the default VPC, which is I'm using Singapore region. Oh, you have to make sure that route 53, Amazon certificate, and EC2 region all are same region, otherwise it won't work. So listening configuration, you can see that HTTP and is balancing port is 18 and instance port is also 18. So we're gonna use okay, let's move on the next. Okay, we're gonna add HTTPS2. So click add and select the protocol as HTTPS, and you can see that 443, and which is related to instance protocol as 480. So next we're gonna assign security group. So I have already assigned that LAMP in our EC2 server. So we're gonna just select LAMP, and if you didn't have created, you can create one in here, and we have to access of port 80 and 443 for SSL. So I have selected this one already, so let's click on next. You can see the certificate type. So you can use your SSL certificate if you get anyone, bought anything, this one from anywhere. But in this case I'm gonna use Amazon certificate manager, which is completely free, and you can select the certificate from here, and you can select the policy, which is latest policy 20216 and August, um, and everything seems okay in here. And now we're gonna press next health check. So here is the main part in Elastic Load Balancer, because most of the you guys are missing this part or messing up, which is if you didn't create the index.html file in here, then the health check won't pass. So that's why we created index.html file in here. So in case if you added any other file like no index.html, then you have to place this no index.html. So whatever file you created in here, you have to select this as in that name in here. So we have the protocol of HTTP to check, and the ping port is 80. So we know that HTTP protocol type is 80. So in this case, interval 30 seconds, that should be okay. And now next we're gonna add the instance. So instance was this one, SPBP 208, and we wanna change this value is 300 seconds to 16 seconds. That means 1 minute to propagate TTLS. So next, add tags. So we can skip this one and move on the review and create. So it's you can see that internal facing. So make sure you have internal facing and not selected in only internal. If you press internal, then it will be only connection between private IP address. So this case I'm going to use internal facing, which means your VPS to anywhere. I mean the public access. So that means you can access it from internet from anywhere. So let's create. So load balancer is creating. It will take 1 minute to propagate. You can see that health check instance, and you can see the out of service. That in the IE button you can see that instance registration is still progress. So we have to wait 1 minute. In the meantime, we go to the route 53 and we have to configure some value, which is create a record, and the record should be okay. We have to create a www record for Cname, so which should be forward our www traffic to our main domain. So we're gonna select Cname, and here we're gonna type www, and TTLS value as 1, I mean 16 seconds, which will update faster. And we're gonna put the value in free domain freebie now .xyz. You can use @ instead of the domain, that means root domain. So in this case I'm gonna use the full domain for better explanation. So let's create. You can see that Cname is forwarded, www Cname will forward it to freebie now.xyz. um, let's see if this process is done from here. Okay, still in progress, and you can see that we'll click in description. You can see that DNS name, which is Elastic Balancer DNS name, which should be this one, and we'll copy this one and open a tab and press enter. We can see that no, this is not yet registered yet, so we have to wait few more minutes. Okay, not work now. So let's gonna restart our server. So sudo reboot restart, and in the meantime we're gonna use route 53 to forward our domain to the Elastic Load Balancer. So let's create a record and press on Alice. So in the target name you can see that is no target load balancer showing in here. Okay, it should be show. Let's refresh. Okay, let's create record now. Okay, that's loading. So we have to wait in here to load the target's value in here. It should be visible in here, the URL that you used. Okay, here you go. This is the URL, so we have to click this one and the make sure this value is empty or make your root. So let's create, and this that means your domain is forwarding with Elastic Load Balancer. So let's check our instance now. Okay, instance is running. Okay, it seems not working from Chrome browser. So what I figure out is working from Firefox. So you can see that the server is working from Firefox, but it's not working from Chrome. I don't know what's the reason. So it's actually working, and now we have to we have added the we have checked that ELB is working here. Now we can check out the domain free b now dot xyz, and you can see that hello server test. Let's check this Chrome browser again if it's working. Free b now dot xyz. Okay, it's working here now, and you can see that this is only HTTPA, but let's check it HTTPS or not. Okay, it's showing HTTPS too. So that means your server is working in here, and you can see that the certificate in here. So validated by Bitdefender. No, it should be Amazon. Let's check in here. HTTPS. Okay, Bitdefender. Your certificate. Okay, it should be show Amazon because from my cookie it should be maybe visible with the oldest version. Okay, so basically this is the process we have done in here, the full process, and sometimes browser issue could be hamper your the full process. So just ignore it and change the other browser. So keep comment, subscribe, and like the video. And if you have got any question, please make your comment in comment section. I'll try to give an answer as soon as possible that it will be visible to me. So again, thanks for